Good morning, YouTube family. Today I want to share a testimony of how God healed me. I remember in 2015, I felt a lump in my breast. I became worried and I went to the doctor. And the first time when I said it, they give me some medicine, it wasn't helping. I went to a second doctor and I told her everything. The doctor told me that it is rheumatoid arthritis. And I was saying to myself, I didn't know that rheumatoid affect your breast. I became so worried. Anyhow, I get the medication and I was taking it. When I don't take the medication, I would be in such severe pain. As soon as the medication were out of my body, I would be in such great pain and ache. And I noticed I wasn't being healed. And I was there until my foot became swollen, my feet became swollen. I could hardly walk. I couldn't sit up in my bed. There was such severe headache. And I went back to the doctor again and it was the same thing. And it was one day when I used to get up in the night and pray and I would read Psalms 46 and I would say, the Lord is my refuge and strength, a very pleasant help for me in times of trouble. And I would cry out to God because I was crying for myself that I was about to die and I was worried about my 4-year-old son because he was my only child at the time. Anyhow, I was there one day and I noticed that the breast burst open and pus and everything started to run out of the breast. I decided that I cannot go to the doctor anymore. I'm going to go to the hospital. When I went to the hospital and they examined, they couldn't do anything to the breast now because it was sore. They gave me a paper to go and do a mammogram because they were saying that wonder if it's cancer, if I have anybody in my family with cancer. And I'm saying, I didn't want to accept it. What Spirit was saying to me, the Spirit was saying inside of me, don't accept any cancer. They were trying to convince me that it was cancer, and I keep on telling them, no, I don't know anybody in my family who died of cancer. I didn't want to accept that I had cancer. And when I went to the place to do I called my mother and she sent the money to give me to do the mammogram. And when I went to the place and paid the $6,500 before I could go in to do it, when I went in, my breast was bandage up the breast and everything coming from the hospital. When I went in to do the mammogram, the lady said, how could they send you to do a mammogram and your breast is so swollen and so sore and in bandage and is something gonna clamp down? No mammogram cannot be done on that breast. And I'm telling you the truth, until this very day I never did that mammogram. I never went back to the hospital with the breast because I went back to the hospital. No, when they sent me to do the mammogram, they said that I should go to the local clinic to dress the breast for it to heal and then come back to them. Well, I continue going to the local clinic. I've been going to the clinic for over 1 month and there was no sign of healing. And one of the health aide in the clinic, she told me of a particular dressing and said, if you use this dressing, it will help you. But I started to buy the dressing. I was going there that I had to start to buy my own dressing to how frequently I'm going there to dress the breast. Anyhow, when I went, I decided that I'm going to buy the dressing that the lady said, and since I have dressing at home, I'm going to start to dress the breast. I tell the people, I pray morning, noon, and night. I cry out to God, and that is why I know that God really answers prayer. And I stay home and dress the breast for 1 month, and the breast heal so much that it was when I went back to the clinic to show them now, because I was going back now to say they could look at it and tell me, they said, whatever you are doing at home, continue doing it. And I said, glory be to God. Until this very day, I have never returned back to the hospital or did that mammogram, and my breast is healed. I had another child since that I have given breastfeed, and that child is healthy and strong, 90, almost bigger than me. So I'm telling you, when you pray, God delivers, because I'm a living testimony of when I thought that I would have died from that sickness, how God came true for me. I was so sick that I could hardly walk. If I'm walking, it would take me about 20 minutes to walk to the shortest distance in the house. I could hardly move every move I move. One of my foot I feel pain. If I'm not on the medication, I can't sit up, I can't even move in my bed. I'm like a dead person. As soon as I see the headache, feel the headache coming on, I would have to rush to go and take the tablets. And thanks be to God, I'm on no medication. I never did the mammogram, but it's Jesus has come true for me. And sometimes when you're talking about the goodness of God, we have to share our testimony about what God has done for us. So I'm telling you, if you are sick today, trust in Jesus, because he has done it for me and he can do it for you today. Have a blessed day, each and every one of you.